Oh
I always turn it off before I adjust this and everything.
yeah.
It could slip.
Into the table saw.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to be working on the dinghy because it's a small chance of rain today and I don't want to open the whole cover and get rained on. Though it looks like the sun might be starting to come out a little bit. I think about working on the boat later. So I'm going to put a seat in here. I'm going to put a new bulkhead and rebed the old ones. It's a heavy dinghy. It should be okay. Should be good enough. I also have to replace this and whatever happened to this too. When we bought the stuff, it was all nibbled up and corroded. So that'll also get fixed. So I found that this seems to be an okay format. I really don't have too much experience with boat remodeling or something like that, but I did grow up in a carpentry business with my father for many years. So my father's skill comes in really handy with this.
Is that the right base for it?
Yeah, this front.
It doesn't get that side?
They're the same. I did the template so that they're the same. The boat is actually the same both sides. So I actually used the same template to cut the both of them and just sand a little bit off. So yeah. Shouldn't do it on there. No, this boat is like a really strong boat. I think it's good. That's coming along then. So I figured I should advise, that I'm not a master at making YouTube videos. I don't have some sort of video editor or like some sort of program on the computer to edit videos. So these videos will come out sort of not the best, probably, but they're like I don't know, fun to make, I guess. Now, I don't have like a tripod or anything to like set the phone on, but I'm gonna make like little skimpy videos that cover some minor parts of this rebuild. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to laminate each piece of wood in polyester resin, and then I'm going to start to make a box out of the fiberglass fabric. Now my skill on fiberglass, I don't know, dude. I think I'm like maybe not educated fully on fiberglass. I did some really small fiberglass work on a 16-foot boat a while ago, but I think it seems to be sufficient. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. So just before I do this, I'm supposed to clean it with alcohol. Now I can understand like a big pile of dust being a problem, but like a little pile of dust, not so much. Like little specks maybe? I don't know. Wow, look at all that dust. I honestly don't think it's going to be a problem in the dinghy. The dinghy is not my main concern. Though this dinghy will act as a life raft because I will not put an inflatable boat on the larger boat. I do not believe in inflatable life rafts. I believe in a nice, solid boat. Alright, that seems sufficient. Seems fine. Let's go on from there. Alright then, so that's the first polyester and fiberglass layer. And I always found that this is really, really fun. Laying down fiberglass and polyester resin. It's like adult arts and crafts class. Now, again, I'm not very educated on this polyester resin and fiberglass, but that's why I said it's like arts and crafts. Just be like creative and paint it here and paint it there, and I think it should just come out right, you know? When taking proper consideration for a study, you should study it a little bit, and I have had some minor practice with this, so I think it'll all be fine. Right then. So now, I'm not supposed to do this really, but I think it'll be fine if I do. I'm gonna stretch this back out. I'm gonna use my fingers, which is what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to use your fingers. You're not supposed to leave bubbles in the fiberglass. But I guess it's okay because I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's fine. There's some nasty bubbles there. You can see there's a big bubble there, and a big bubble there. And I'm going to take those out anyway, so it's probably fine. Okay, so that's that. Looks about right. I think it's finished. I think it's okay. Now I'm going to start on this side. gonna have to do the same thing with an alcohol rag. Oh. So you probably noticed my wife is not in these videos. It's because my wife is living in Mexico right now. And I was in Mexico up until, I would say, about 2 weeks ago. But, yeah, I think that's good. Very soon, we're going to get the whole family in these videos. Very soon. Sharpen it with a spacer, maybe? Possible. Put it there. Starting the second one. Right there. I don't know. Seems to work for now. This said you're supposed to wet the fiberglass before you put the fiberglass fabric on. You're supposed to wet it with the resin first. But I don't see any dramatic difference for the first layer of fabric. It seems like the first layer of fabric obtains saturation pretty well, regardless. However, the second layer, it does need to be wet before you add it. So I'm going to saturate that quite a bit more. Oh my, that hurts. No, I'm not supposed to do this, but once again, it's sort of like a tricky little spot here, and I guess I could have put a piece of wood underneath and then slid it out afterwards or something, but I really don't like using the table saw, I'm going to be honest. I hate using the table saw, actually, so I'm just not going to do that. This is second layer. What a boring video, huh? Guess it's slightly informative, though. I guess on another video I will show the recreation of the tiller and the rudder plate on the back. Maybe I might do it. I have a short time here in the US and then I have to return to Mexico because I don't like my wife being alone for too long. I think it's justifiable. Oh my. What an incredible and disgusting smell that is burning my nostrils. Okay. Almost there. And once again, at this point, I'm going to do that really lazy, not correct manner of leveling it out. Probably extremely unhealthy as well. And then I'm going to level out those bubbles. The bubbles keep coming in there. We just really don't want bubbles in there. Yeah, okay. Got a small dip to it, but I think that's okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's that. I leave that now, and I don't put any other layers on for a little while. So, it's coming along. I think some minor finishing touches with making it even. Around these edges just there. It's high by about 1/8 of an inch. And then over there as well. It's a bit confusing how to do this last bit because it's a very fiddly type of job. So maybe I just put it in there. Do you think in here's right?
Yeah, it's good.
And then, like I said, I don't know how to pull that together unless we use some temporary screws or something.
No, you could put a weight on this side just to push it over.
Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so I've started doing a patching, which is also probably not correct, but I think it's more economic when you don't do things right. It seems to be okay so far. It's really like the DIY, which it can make mistakes, you know. You can make mistakes. I think that's easy to say that. But yeah, it's sort of messed up there. I clean it with alcohol beforehand, but it still not want to. It does not want to stick well, I guess. But yeah, that's okay. I continue doing this. So a moment ago we had a DIY mishap, and just did not realize that you cannot put it into this kind of cup, and it all just spilt out all over the inside of the boat. So a sad but understandable accident that we'll end up going around later on. We just won't use that kind of a cup ever again. And I think it looks pretty good so far. Sort of, I don't know, seems well done, I guess, for now. So the main point of doing this is to just sort of get it boxed in so that it doesn't move when I start fiberglassing it in total. And should be okay, I guess, should be okay. Yeah. Something I noticed, which is quite agitating. I did alcohol this wood, cleaned it with alcohol, but it just won't make the adhesion there. I find that strange. But it's this fiberglass is much thicker This one's a bit thinner. Because this one's thicker, it tends to be more stiffer, and it doesn't want to fold or flex or do anything like that, so I'll have to some of these places, like around here where it got folded up, couldn't push it back down, there's nothing I could do about it, so I might have to just grind it out later on and rebed a new patch of fiberglass. And then around here and here, gonna put some shims in, something similar to this, you know. Gonna put them in there. That way the dinghy doesn't have much flex to it when you know, when it's just fiberglass holding it in there. But I will leave this in. This will go underneath the fiberglass, and I'll use it as a bulkhead, because the point of this dinghy, I think it's kind of obvious. I'm not using life rafts or anything of an inflatable type. This will be the life raft that me and my wife will use in any strange event of such kind. And although it's just a dinghy, people have crossed the oceans in dinghies, so I've heard. So, yeah, that's today's project. Because it's still kind of cloudy today. Hope it doesn't rain or nothing. Alright, so this dinghy, I left the dinghy over the season for a few months. I didn't really put this into the video the last time when I finished editing it. I was really busy before I left. I went to Colombia for a short while. And then, yeah, so I came back, and the dinghy is pretty good, I guess, in its finished state. It's got sort of, a sealed bulkhead and, opening compartments now. Just missing the dagger board. I gotta make a dagger board, and the rotten edged corner of the rudder. It's okay. I put some blocks in just to fill the gap. A tiller, brand new tiller, and brand new oarlocks, and leathers just to fill it in. So yeah, I suppose it's in a pretty good state now, but it's dirty. We got some critters up in the top of the shed, and they just kind of, make it dirty. And I'm not going to spend the time to sort of clean that out. Anybody who watched my show for a little while, they probably know I broke my leg when I was in Colombia. And yeah, I'm just going to make some shortcuts and not clean that out because, just extra energy. So yeah, enjoy my finished dinghy, and maybe I'll go out fishing with it soon.